Good morning, Bitcoin. We're back again from the Baltic Honeybadger conference in Riga. We're joined by Biswa from BloomWater Capital. What's going on, Biswa?
Yeah, it's going great. Conference has been awesome. I met some nice people. Yeah, some of the people I know from the past, and yeah, some maximalist.
Yeah, it's always good at a Bitcoin conference to find some maximalists. Too many times it's always ICOs and altcoins and have you tried my new token? But we're here for Bitcoin this time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I started off Bitcoin. I first read Bitcoin white paper back in 2010 Jan. It was before a lot of people heard about Bitcoin. I was sitting in my house 3 months without work, and I was waiting for my contract to come in. That was the first time I downloaded, the client. I read the white paper. Didn't follow through, which was my mistake.
No, nobody did. Nobody got it right. I talked to everybody. They're like, "Oh, if I put 1,000 in, then I'd be set for life." And it's always the same.
So it was 2011, and more so in 12 when I actually started, buying Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin, looking at the community, I think 2013 was the year when we had a pretty big rise in price, and the interest level went up. There's also the time when we started finding secondary projects, which other challenges around Bitcoin blockchain started coming up, and some other projects like Ethereum, Omni, they started presenting ideas.
So what do you do at BloomWater Capital?
So we are a fund, with a regulated fund in BVI. We are actually trading BTC USD mostly, and what we find is that we have developed some quant strategies that we are using in trading on our futures market, and we have been trading futures for the last 3 years. We brought along the same technology into BTC USD trading, so it's institution grade trading across multiple exchanges, and we are finding pretty good results so far. It's not crazy volume. We are not looking at like 100x, 200x returns.
You're not going to guarantee me 20% like BitConnect. They said it would go up 20% every time,
No, so we are a very systematic trading platform. We look at strategies that work with daily trade. We place maybe thousands of trades sometime on a day. And no, we don't. And also, we don't invest in ICOs. And we had plenty of opportunities to do that. But we believe not only in the technology behind Bitcoin, but we also believe that it is a new asset class, a uncorrelated asset class that we can trade. And if we trade systematically, there's a lot of opportunities. Yeah.
So what you said that you are a regulated fund, and
right.
What does that exactly mean, and what was the process of getting regulated and audited?
Right. So it took us 9 months to get the fund ready in a jurisdiction which is considered to be quite flexible around creation of funds. So it's a BVI. We are regulated by FSC. So the first step was to actually formalize what we would be trading on. So we had to specify that we are going to trade in BTC USD across some markets. So we cannot trade in every exchange. We had to put down all of those conditions. It was almost a 65-page dossier that we had to submit. And then FSC reviewed it. They went through the process, obviously helped by our legal team. And finally they registered the fund. They incorporated the company and gave us a mandate to trade. Once that was done, that was the first step. So for any other hedge fund who was trying to get into the scene, this could be a lesson. Basically, so after that you have to get a bank account where you can take subscription and redemption. I said that's a long process. Even though we are an incubator fund, we had to then get a administrator. So our administrator is based out of Malta. Administrator won't onboard us unless we have an auditor. So we had PwC as auditor, and now
that's a big firm. Good time.
And yeah, so PwC actually we are possibly their third or fourth client. EY is taking about 3 months because they are loaded with lots of requests, and what they found is that a lot of the crypto fund, they're finding it very difficult. So the part that they find very difficult is reporting. So in a regulated fund, you have to report every trade, audit, on a daily basis, and it's
on a daily basis. Wow.
It's because normally it's done on a weekly or monthly, but for crypto they want to maintain like a daily status. So you know, we had to find the right partners who have the tools to access the exchanges that way, because they have to be done independently. So we submit a report, they calculate on themselves, and then they create that, you know, reconciled report, because those results will now be published online, which will be published on Bloomberg if somebody wants to trade on our fund.
So we could see all your trades?
Yeah, I mean, they can see the final NAV that is calculated. So yeah, so in order to become a regulated fund, you know, you have to follow all these steps. We have, I mean, I'm not, you know, going against a lot of funds that call themselves fund, but we went through this research. We found out there are around 315 crypto funds out there. Out of that, there are only 47 funds which are actually trading. And out of that, we found out only 7 of them that trades the spot market, whereas 41 funds, they are actually trading futures market. So they are a already existing fund who just moved out into you know, trading futures. So it's so what we did was, our idea was to take our fund performance and match it against regulated you know, fund reporting system. So there's a Barclay hedge. Basically they collect data from all the funds and they compare. So if you look at the number of funds that have reported, you would find a lot of them are tracking the market, which is market is going down 40%, the fund is going down 40%, so which proves that there are a lot of buy and hold fund. So our idea was,
that's my strategy, yeah.
so our idea was, yes, you know, buy and hold is a great strategy, but in a market which is getting more and more regulated, as well as, you know, as the number of traders joining in on a daily basis, and, you know, institutional trader coming in, as we see from the OTC desk report, we have to trade more frequently. We have to trade in the sense that, you know, you have to have some strategies to trade on a. So our idea was to do that. So we are beating the market, even if it's 4%, 5%. You know, from January all the way till now, we are 34% up. Most of the funds are 80% down. The whole idea was, yeah, to trade more systematically. And yeah, Bitcoin, what I feel is it has become a trading, you know, it's an asset class. Institutions have started to realize it. We are a very small fund, but we are also saying, you know, people coming to us asking, how do you do that? Or, you know, we want to have access to a platform. Can we license it from you? And so we are getting a lot of requests from other bigger fund who wants to get into the spot market, which is where, you know, it's quite interesting space.
So do you actually hold physical Bitcoin, or is it just paper certificates?
So we have got 2 funds, like 2 structures in which we trade. So one is the index fund, which holds top 20 coins, and that's basically buy and hold. We hold it with our custodian. So that for that we just have a 3%, you know, management fee that covers the custodian cost and our, you know, rebalancing cost every month, but we have 0 performance fee. And the quant fund, that's basically where we daily trade, and we don't have much open position overnight. So we actually hold like fiat positions. So we trade in a day, we make our profit, we close out, you know, we are holding fiat. At times when the market is moving, and if the strategy says, you know, we need to hold overnight, we will. But mostly we will be USD at the end of the day. And then we start our trade. There's a 1-hour break and we start, and we are doing that 24/7. 7 days a week.
Nice.
And who can invest in this fund? Can anyone invest?
So at this point we have to be mandated. So, you know, we've been asked to put a accredited investor as a minimum criteria with 100K.
Oh, that's easy.
So
I have 100,000 Satoshis. Can I invest?
Just around here somewhere. Let me check my wallet. Yeah.
So, you know, we are going to definitely bring it down. But being a retail fund would allow us to approach more investor base. However, to be a retail fund, I mean, even to be an institution fund, you know, it took us 9 months. Retail will take probably two more years, I think, you know, as a minimum. So
it's definitely an emerging market. It sounds like there's a lot of growth opportunities there. Where can people learn more about Bloom Capital?
So we have you know, some materials on our site where we are presenting, you know, how we started off with the basic, what is Bitcoin, because a lot of our investors, they want to get exposure to crypto without actually holding crypto. So we have some materials there at BloomWater.com. Okay. And we are also going to publish some videos. We are preparing a lot of materials for schools. We want to go out teach. In my daughter's school, we are actually lobbying to take Bitcoin as a payment for the school fees. So yeah, I mean, we believe in this ecosystem, and I feel there's a lot of room for growth.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks so much, Biswa, for joining us, and people can check that out at BloomWater.com.
That's great. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks so much.